All right, I will call this meeting of the Taos Academy Governing Council to order at 5:32 p.m. May we have a roll call, please?
Yes. Sam?
Here.
Karen?
Here.
Laura?
Here.
Barbara?
Here.
Martin? Absent. That's it.
All right. Quorum has been ascertained, so we will now move to item C, which is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and so we will now move to item D, approval of our agenda for October 13th. Are there any adjustments that need to be made?
I sent in one correction on letter G.
Is that for the minutes or the agenda?
Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped to the minutes. No,
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. I don't think we have any issues with our agenda tonight, so I move to approve the agenda.
So hang on just a second. Ashley, I don't see you in the 10/13/25 GC minutes.
I'm typing in here. Let's see.
Let's see.
I believe this is the correct one. Yeah, this is the one I did earlier today. Let me see why you're not seeing it. Give me just a second.
Because I don't see you typing in there either. And what's in this? May and from Jamie and from me.
Let me see.
The one I have. Because it's all.
Huh. Oh, I see that. I don't know what happened there. I did it the way I normally do. Huh. Okay. Okay, I will just, I'll continue in this one. We didn't get very far, so I'll just continue in here.
Oh, they were. Okay. Now I see.
I'm not too sure why there was, because I did another one, but I'm not too sure what happened there. But I will continue in this one. Figure what happened later.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're good to go back?
Yes.
So I move to approve the agenda for October 13th, 2025.
Second.
All right, roll call. Sam?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And the next is the approval of the minutes from September. Karen,
So I
had
only
a
have
comment.
on letter G, towards the bottom, it says Sam moves to accept the 2024-25 indicator 3C compliance report. Karen and Barbara, yes, motion carries. So it doesn't show the second on it.
Let me see. Let me go back in here to September. Did you send me an email, Karen?
I did.
I think I left work a little bit early, so I didn't see it. Under G, you said? Okay, I will make those corrections.
With those corrections, I'll move to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Let me go back in here. All right, roll call. Sam?
Yes.
Karen?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Barbara?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, the next is governing council input, and this is an action. I think we're trying to confirm subcommittees for our non-statutorily required subcommittees that we formed back in March that we have not used very much, but we'll hopefully start to use soon. And so we had created a head administrator evaluation subcommittee, and then there was a general succession planning subcommittee. And so we are looking for governing council membership. We can only have 2 GC members per committee, so we don't have quorum issues, but we are looking for some volunteers so that you are not voluntold to be on the committee, to be on various committees.
What were the 2 committees?
It's one of them was for the evaluation. And then the second was for succession planning, and we really don't have much right now, but we just want to kind of reestablish because I don't think we know, we can't remember who was on what when we decided back in March. And so now we want to start maybe utilizing those committees a little more. And now we have a new board member, and so what better time than now to maybe reevaluate that committee membership so we can start using them.
I think we had Sam and I had talked at least at some point in time. I have some interest in being involved in the secession thing, or secession committee, unless if that's okay. If there's others that have, if there's others that have strong interest, I'm obviously happy to cede, but it's something I'd be interested in being involved in.
Excellent.
Evaluation.
Karen, evaluation.
Sam, you can put me wherever you want me, where you need me.
Do you want to be on evaluation?
Sure.
And then I think that's good for now. I have kind of thoughts about whether or not it's me or Martin on succession, because it's because we can only have 2, and so maybe I'll touch base with Martin and see. So just for the minutes, can we have just that Laura is going to be on the succession planning subcommittee? Karen and Barb will be on the evaluation subcommittee, and then the second member for succession is pending Martin, because he may want to do it. He's not here.
Okay, so is this an action, Sam?
Not necessarily, but we should
okay.
vote on it. I don't
Okay.
think.
I
Kelly,
thought
you can
said
tell
it
me if I'm
meant-
wrong. I don't
yeah.
think we really need to vote on it, especially because it's something we've already formulated. We're just assigning members.
No.
Okay, so Sam, Martin, Laura, and who else?
Oh, so there's 2 subcommittees. There's the evaluation, head administrator evaluation subcommittee, and that'll be Barbara Forsberg and Karen. And then the succession planning right now is Laura. And the second member, because we can only have 2 members per committee, is pending. So you can because Martin's not here, we'll touch base with him and see what he wants to do. But then we can actually start using them because we have membership.
I don't know what else. Let's see.
It's really just, to just say that there's people on them and just the name. So if 6 months from now we go, hey, who's on that committee? We can go back to the minutes and look. That's really it.
Okay.
Any other, anything else on this? Okay. We will move on to item G then. Public input. Are there any members of the of the public who are wishing to speak? If so, please raise your hand.
No viewers.
I do not see any members or any hands raised. So we will move on to item H. Deanna, financial reports.
Good evening, everyone. You all should have received the financials and bank statements for the month. Quarterly reports are due by October 31st for 941's Workman's Comp, SUDA, Pet Cash report, and the actuals report. And all of that's on track to be completed. Fiscal year 25 audit is wrapping up. Hope to have our exit interview at the end of the month. It's to be submitted to the state auditor by the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And that's really all I have for an update. Does anybody have any questions for me?
I don't.
Okay. And I do not have any bars for tonight either.
Okay. And then we have finance and audit committee update. I'm on the audit committee, so we're meeting when the auditor asks us to at the end.
On the finance committee, we talked about a few of the funds. I asked about the pickleball facility income where it's reported and it's in operational. And then also the STEM monies are reported in activities. And then Deanna shared that we have 36 employees on the payroll with 106 contract days. I'll make a motion to accept the finance report for August as submitted.
I'll second. I'm sorry.
You got me.
Okay, roll call. Sam,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes,
Laura?
Yep.
Barbara?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, everyone. I'm going to have to get off tonight. I have someone in the hospital, but you all have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Deanna.
Thanks.
All right, we're moving on to operations and instructional reports, discussion and possible action. We have the TA Foundation report as the first item.
Karen's not here.
Table. Karen's not Greece.
She is in Greece, so she will not be reporting. So we will table this till next month. Moving to item B, Governing Council Training, PCS&M. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to let everybody know that the training will be very similar to what happened last year. We will be doing our the retreat, as I understand it, Sam, is going to be again in sometime in the spring. Is that correct? Or
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah. That sounds good. That sounds like a good time.
And so, we'll be able to do quite a bit of training credits during that. Just if you remember, and for Barbara, I am. My name is Kelly Callahan, and I'm with Public Charter Schools of New Mexico, and we provide in-meeting training. So, just as needed, live, making sure, if Sam has questions or any of the board members have questions, there is opportunity to do some live work together. And so learning as doing is probably the best kind of training you could possibly get. And so we worked with the GC last year, and have done some really good, I think, planning for this year. Sam and Tracy and I have met and specifically asked for a couple of things. One was some tools for succession planning, which I provided to Sam. And so when the succession planning committee begins its work, there's a tool that helps guide a governing board when they are thinking about succession planning. And there's two parts. There's one is if there's an immediate need, if something were to happen to the head administrator and there had to be somebody that stepped in right away, there's a checklist of what the governing council needs to do, and planning in advance, so not having to react, but be proactive in case something would happen. And that checklist provides the steps that need to be taken and what kinds of things that the governing council would have to be responsible for to bring in somebody in an interim basis. And then the second half of this document that I've provided, and Sam, maybe you can provide it to the committee. I think it was Laura and to be determined for their use on how to do it. And so the second half of this particular document is if you are knowing what's happening, for example, in a retirement or in somebody that is leaving for another position, you know in advance that this person is going to become it's going to need a successor. And so, the questions that are asked is there an internal person being trained, or is this going to be an outside search? And so both circumstances are covered in this particular checklist, what kinds of things to do. So there's, how to advertise, how to provide a up-to-date job description, what it is that you're looking for in resumes, how do you, what kinds of interview questions do you need? All of those tools are provided, and using the document to kind of go through, timeline it. And so you're not just doing something very quickly, but you have an sort of an on-ramp to getting a successor into, a timely position that could then do a orderly transition. And so these are the kinds of things that just maybe the governing councils don't necessarily really think about. So I've used my experience as a head administrator, former head administrator, as a board trainer, and put together this document that is a tool that can help governing councils guide their work. And because succession is something that should be planned for not when and after it happens, but before it happens. And so that this is something that we're trying to get governing councils to do in advance. So that's something that I'm happy to help with, Sam, in any way that I can support. If there's other documents or resources that need to be acquired, happy to do that. And that's part of the training. So you're actually doing this work in the committee, and what is it that you're going to need to focus on in terms of your work. And it really, I think it just organizes really well. And you have an automatic kind of, here's our first step, here's our second step, and what needs to happen after that. And so, so that's built into the training. As far as the head administrator evaluation, I provided to Sam and Tracy a template of a head administrator evaluation that is designed specifically for charter school leaders. And so that it's not state evaluations for principals just don't cover what a governing or a head administrator does at a charter school. It's really very different. It's more like a superintendent than it is a principal. And so the evaluation tool should reflect that work. And so, again, the committee can be provided this tool to look at. One of the things that Tracy, this is not something that a governing council does to a head administrator. It's something that they work in collaboration together to determine what are the best ways to evaluate performance in a head administrator. And it talks about the performance framework. So this is the contract that the PEC has with Taos Academy, and what are the areas that the school is expected to meet to be considered a successful school for the PEC. And so that is something that the head administrator is responsible for executing. And so that evaluation looks at those results, and it looks at through the lens of data, and which is provided to this governing council a lot. All of the academic reports, the testing reports, all of those things you see on a monthly basis. And that then in aggregate at the end of the year then becomes the basis of the evaluation. And so again, this is a tool that I provided to Sam and Tracy, and is something that can be looked at now, not in the spring when you're doing the evaluation. It should be a work in progress throughout the year. And so that's the premise behind that. So those are the two main areas when we spoke before starting this work that wanted to be a focus for the governing council this year, and timely things that need to happen. And so again, Sam, however you want this to roll out in terms of support of the committee, just let me know, what I can do to provide guidance and support around that. And then that becomes the work that will be evaluated for the training purposes that we'll do. So this is something that we can do at the meetings. We can do, offline. We can, however it is that we need to do it to best support the work that you all are getting to, with the outcome being having a good succession plan and having a really strong evaluation of your head administrator. That's the purpose of the training focus areas for this year.
That's great, Kelly. Thank you. And you kind of took the words right out of my mouth, where especially because we have like a new board member that's on that subcommittee, and I think that's very valuable. I think it would be great if you could meet with those two members and Tracy and just kind of give, not that we're trying to change much of that document, but just so we're not like, especially this year, because we're already it's October. And so we're kind of past that ship sailed. It's more like you've given us a tool. Now, how can we start to implement that so we're not just like crunching the evaluation at the last possible second? And like, especially with Barbara, like maybe guiding her, like these are the things that we extract from the performance framework, and this is why we do that. Just so she knows. If you could do that, that would be great.
Yeah, and just it would just, if you could keep me in the loop of when that meeting is, it could, sort of an organizational meeting, just to kind of start things off, and Karen and Barbara and Tracy, just setting up a time whenever is convenient. And I'll do my best. If I work with 7 schools, so I have to do some juggling and coordinating, but I will definitely make it a priority to be a part of that.
That'd be great. Now, is that something you want me to coordinate, or Karen, do you want to do that, or I'm volunteering you? But if you're not, I'm happy to set up that email.
We can do that.
Okay, that's great.
And then the other thing, Sam, that I wanted for Barbara new GC members have to do a training from the state.
Yeah, I signed up for it.
Okay, so you're on it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yay. That's great. And I don't need any documentation. The CSD, the Charter Schools Division, does that. And as long as you get that, you get the benefit of this training, which is low impact because you don't have to go to training or do training necessarily. That's why we embed it in the meeting process. And so it makes it, so you get the benefit of both then.
Thank you.
Any questions or anything I can answer? Sam, did you have anything else that you wanted me to touch on?
Not, I think, with this right now. I think there's going to be more to come. But yeah, we
And that's
we have
where
membership now.
Looping back to the retreat, that's where a lot of your strategic kind of planning is going to go. So I think one of the things that is a yearly event is a self-evaluation, and using that as sort of the springboard for your retreat. You get areas that you need to focus on, which can also be areas that we can focus training on.
Oh, speaking of which, we also received that, and I don't know if now's the right time, but we did receive that indicators of success thing from
Yes.
the PEC. And there's like a potential $10,000 grant that's attached to it if that is something that's helpful to the school. So,
and it may serve both purposes. It is something that the Charter Schools Division, it is indicators of success for governing councils. What do those areas look like, and how do we perform in those areas? That was just rolled out a few weeks ago. And Tracy, did you all get that the entire package with all of the indicators and everything as well?
I have the report. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, they have a report, but they also have the list of indicators for each area of performance. And so I'm going through that right now just to see, can we use this tool for not just what the CSD needs and of course to get the grant, but also can it be a springboard of the work that the governing council wants to focus on for the remainder of this year and going into your planning in the spring. So we certainly can use it. And I'm still kind of looking at it to see if I don't think it's fully fleshed out yet. They have the list of indicators, but I haven't seen the scale of that. They say a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but I haven't seen what that means. What is a 1? What is a 5? They only have the list of the indicators of performance. And so I'm not sure if there's another tool coming. It's getting rolled out by the Charter Schools Division. So, and I'm not directly on their list. So I've been getting them from some of the schools that I work with. And so it's important, that I'm still trying to figure out all the kind of nuances of it.
well, now I'm wondering, did I get it? It's like I've gotten it for a bunch of schools, but I'm like now going through my email. Did I just assume that I got it for Taos Academy?
I think they sent it to the governing president.
I got it,
Oh, okay. So all governing body.
or I got a link to it on some email from the charter school or from the academy.
I'll have to go through and look. They email me on this one, my work one, and my personal. So it's like between one of the 3 inboxes.
Yeah.
It's somewhere.
So I'm looking at it for several schools. I think it can be a tool that can be useful to the governing bodies, but I want it to also be not so much an evaluation. It assesses the performance, but also it provides areas of focus for training, for work that the governing council wants to focus on. So I want it to be an effective means. So, instead of doing a whole other assessment, if we can use it as a way to get to the areas of work that you would like to do in your spring retreat.
Yes. I can't believe I can't find this. Okay, yeah, more to come on that. We have to
Yeah, but
I have to-
I
I
think
have
we
to find
can.
it.
I think it can be used. And we may need to do a little tweaking, but not to the tool itself, but how we use it.
Yes. Barbara, would you mind forwarding it to me? Like, I don't have it in any of my inboxes, and that can't be right.
Yes, I'll go in and look when this is over and forward you the link I got.
Thank you. And so, yeah, I think there's like a deadline to submit the thing, but I don't really know what it is yet.
It doesn't have a deadline in.
Oh, it doesn't have a deadline yet.
Not,
Oh,
it
good.
doesn't. Not in the paperwork that I've gotten from other schools.
Okay, good.
They may have sent something. Like I said, I'm not in the direct loop. Whatever is sent to me from other schools. So if you do find a deadline, let me know so I can make sure we incorporate whatever it is that you need.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was I was in one for a Las Cruces school, and there was a deadline for a school choice fair thing. So I just was looking at that and was like, oh God,
Yeah.
the deadline's in 2 days, but nope, different thing. So anywho, yes, we'll look at that when I have the email or can find the email. And then, yeah, thank you so much for all that, Kelly.
Yeah, of course.
Any
And anything, I'm as a consulting trainer, anything that you need that comes up, not just during meetings, I'm available from anybody, the questions that come up. And so just let me know if there's anything that you need in terms of resources or questions answered.
Thank you. Any other questions for Kelly?
Kelly, are you talking about the PEC initiatives from Bridget dated October the 1st? Is that the one?
I believe the iOS indicators of success is what it's called.
Yes, because there are actually two funds from the PEC. One we've already asked for, the school has already asked for, but here, I'll forward this to you.
Yeah, this is the new one. I think that's like
and this is just for governing
board.
the governing, so tools and resources that you can access. I'm not sure what the limits are, if it's going like to the National Charter School Conference, if that kind of, I'm not sure what the restrictions are on it.
Sam, do you want it to your law address or to Taos Academy address?
Either one. I have them both open right now, so either one's good. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what I did with that.
Sam, does talk about the PEC School Choice Fair survey.
It does, right?
Yes, and so I don't know what that is, but
I don't know what that is either. And I think it's just I thought it was just for a Las Cruces school, but I don't actually know. And now that I can find pretty much everyone else's indicators of success besides ours, I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, so she's got more than one thing going on in this email.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
There's
I think
multiple
I do
things going on yes.
The Northern School Alliance has already responded to have a school choice fair here in Taos. So, it doesn't really have any dates on the indicators for success. So anyway, I guess more will come, it looks like.
Yes. Okay, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, well, I think we will move on then. Thank you so much, Kelly. Our
course.
next agenda item is Director of Programs report.
Hey guys, just want to make sure, somebody give me a thumbs up that you can hear me okay? Awesome. All right. So, we will start with all the fun events and community organization stuff that we are doing. So, Taos Academy Community Council, our last meeting at the end of September, actually included multiple student and community presentations in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month. We are working to increase community and parent participation right now with that group, and there is some efforts with our advisors and teachers and everybody to recruit people to participate in that. Remember, that is not just it's the overarching community council. That includes our equity council and community schools, along with our parent advisory. So we're working on that next meeting. And those meetings have actually now been moved from the last Wednesday of the month to the last Tuesday of the month in order to support the next item that I'm going to talk about, which is our clubs. So we are really trying to incorporate and increase student engagement and activities here at Taos Academy through some after school programming in terms of clubs and teams. So if you haven't been, we kind of talked about it. We now have a bowling team. That's a varsity bowling team. Of course, we have our esports that during the fall is a club, and they do some competitive stuff, but it is not the same thing that goes through the NMAA and as a team happens as a varsity sports type in activity in the spring. We are also bringing back chess club and a whole bunch of other things, which of course are National Honor Society, National Junior Honor Society, which is ongoing, our student councils, both middle school and high school, social, emotional, and physical activity type clubs. We have a juggling, we're going to have a juggling club, a D&D, Dungeons and Dragons will be back again, or shall I say, it's like world exploration, and there's a lot of strategy gaming that goes on. Writing club, a book club, an agricultural science tech club, on top of our other like STEM competition teams that we also already have. So that's in the process. There's going to be a lot of recruitment going on, and including at our STEM night, which is happening this Thursday from 4:30 to 6:37 p.m. Please join us. We'll be having, hopefully if the weather participates, we'll be having our first performance down in the amphitheater with our middle school theater class. There will be music, there will be games. We're hosting our esports team class is actually going to be hosting a mini esports tournament to show what it would look like and what happens for our esports teams in the spring. There's going to be other club recruitment and activities going on. Culinary, of course, is providing food. Music is performing. If you've never heard about our STEM science team that does a lot of work with research and development, working on hearing the project of our proposal for the Governor STEM Challenge for this year. Also, the team from last year is working right now and they were a state champion and they were selected by one of our local groups, but they're actually currently meeting. Some of those students have graduated, but they are currently meeting with the New Mexico Department of Transportation, some of our legislators and everything regarding their project and raising the rails at the Gorge Bridge and their proposal and how that's working. So that's actually still an ongoing thing from last year. And of course, with recent events, they are really working with that and what needs feasibility studies and things that need to happen for them to kind of hopefully with the support of some legislators pass something regarding funding, because it seems like there's going to be a high need for that. And Taos Academy is on board and behind that. Okay, so then, of course, we are in the first 9 weeks, and our new middle school STEM quarter begins, and that will actually end with our, for both middle school and high school, keep the date on your calendar, December 11th. Thursday, December 11th is our end of term for high school, and the second quarter middle school celebration of learning in December. You guys are invited to both this Thursday, 4:30, 6:30, and then of course the one December 11th. All right. Any questions about STEM stuff or community councils, clubs, anything that's happening there, other programs that's going on?
Did you say it's December 11th?
That is what's on our calendar for STEM Arts Celebration of Learning. We do have one this Thursday, the 16th, from 4:30 to 6:30, and then the final one for the term is December 11th.
I will unfortunately be presenting at PCS&M, so I will not be there. But
You can make plans for all the other ones.
yeah,
They are on our regular calendar, but the next one will be, just to have it out there, is going to be March 12th. Okay, Thursday, March 12th, and then May 7th. So just to have them out there on your calendars ahead of time. Those are for the quarters coming up. Okay,
thank
so
you.
on to assessment. So we just recently finished the our MAPS, measures of academic progress, our beginning of year interim assessment. I actually shared the preliminary data with staff on September 19th, and then we had some makeup testing and stuff to complete. I'm going to show you that and where we're standing right now as a school. Based on that, we actually use that data to inform our instruction. Teachers target students within their enrichments, direct targets for students that are low performing and need more than in our lowest 20th percentile. We are now using a program called MyPath, which supports some interventions and everything. And we, of course, continue to use Khan Academy mappers and SAT prep for that. And so that data is useful to find starting places. And I'm going to show you that data. But before I do that, I want to mention that this Thursday, we are actually offering the Practice SAT National Merit Qualifying Test to all our 10th graders. And NMPED covers the cost for all our 10th graders, so all our 10th graders take it. We are not required to administer it unless you are a school in designation of CSI or needs improvement. But they're in the process of moving that to where everybody takes it, since we only take the SAT in the spring of 11th grade. At the same time, the state has also decided to support students searching for scholarships. So any student who participated in the PSAT in the 10th grade, as 11th graders, if they scored above 1,000, their composite score is above 1,000, they will now cover and reimburse the schools, cover the cost for those tests. We do get some support being rural, low income and everything. So our actual cost for the test per student for 11th grade is about $8.39. But for those students who were above 1,000, they'll waive the cost completely. So we have 7 of the 10 students registered for this Thursday to take that test. And that will be administered here on campus this Thursday in that window. Now I'm going to present my screen. So let me know when you can see this. And I did put this in your the folder. I'm going to share this with you right now. Okay. And just give me a thumbs up, Sam, if you can see it. when you can see my map screen. All right, okay. So
There it is.
for this first term, and we're not looking at fall to fall currently, I do want to just show you where we're at right now with our current students. So overall, the whole school in math, the average is the 55th percentile. So that's definitely up from previous years. Knowing that the lowest students are it's 15% of our overall population. And like I said, this is math. And if you notice, none of the average for our each grade level, none of them are in the red or the orange, which we're at least at the 41st percentile on average and above. If you notice this grade 7 here, this is that group of sixth graders that made 99% growth. And so it's great to see that those students have maintained that over the summer. And of course, our 11th and 12th graders have some really low percentiles here as students that are still needing a lot of work, that are more than, on average, 2 or more years behind in this red area. And of course, this it's awesome to see all this blue and green. That's great for us. So that's our math. And then, of course, our reading, they correlate, because if you can read well, you can perform well in math, because they are pretty much reading tests anymore. So it's awesome even to see that jump for our reading. Our students are doing well with their reading, the average being at the 72nd percentile. And then our breakdown by grade. Our 6th grade students need a lot of work. And they're also that group that they were in the lowest percentiles as a group, 5th graders. So of course they've joined some new students. There's about 5 more students than there was last year in this grade level. And so this is where we're at. It's great to see that red is almost disappearing. Those students in the lowest 20th percentile and below is making, that means we are making good gains. We have some work to do. It doesn't mean that our work is done until everybody's in the blue, of course, that they're proficient in advanced to green and blue. And so we have some work to do this year. Our goal is also to make every single student, even those that are already advanced, continue to grow and make improvements. Any questions on the data so far? Okay, like I said, these two charts for overall growth are in this month's folder. And of course, each teacher is analyzing this for their own class. Students are aware of their scores. That is a very powerful thing for students to be aware of where they are performing and where they need to go and make their own growth goals. Part of that is happening during our student-led conferences this week. That's it for me.
On that growth, that's great. That's really awesome that they've grown so much. I think that's wonderful.
And this is tied to your our incentive performance pay program that we renewed again for this year. So I can tell you that overall our participation rate is about 99%. We had only 3 students in each subject not complete testing. Two of those students, one of them was new, one of them was unable to test and made complete an outside of window test due to medical emergencies. So that is another thing, is having the teachers, that IPP teachers are paying attention to their data, sharing it with their students, and students are owning their data and setting goals, and it gives that target to drive the instruction and growth for students. And focus on what they need. Okay. Okay, and back to you, Sam.
Thank you, Jamie. We now have our principal slash director of teaching and learning report.
All right. May is on her way to an advanced placement meeting to see if we can start giving advanced placement courses at Taos Academy. So, but she did write a few things. I wanted to read them to you. So let's see. First, homecoming events were successful. Taos Academy had daily activities throughout last week. And then the week culminated in a float in the Taos Municipal School District parade, which was a lot of fun. We had a great time. The kids had a great time. We had wheelbarrow races. We had egg carrying races, and it was so fun. And three-legged races at the end of the day last week. And both middle school on Wednesday and high school on Thursday, they all participated, and they were so fun. Even high schoolers. Like, I was like, wow, you guys are participating. How awesome. That was really a lot of fun. And then the parade was awesome. It was great to be as a community, and this community needs us to be as a community, and it showed loud and clear on Monday. So it was lots and lots and lots of fun. Student-led conferences are this Wednesday, day after tomorrow. Let's see. So this week's a little bit interesting for us. We have 2 days of just regular school, Monday and Tuesday, but then Wednesday and Thursday are virtual days so that we can do the student-led conferences. We also have a PSAT test happening one of those days. And then Thursday, of course, like Jamie said, is our STEM night. May has started to evaluate teachers with walkthroughs, so they've begun that process. And then first quarter has been, this is what is written, first quarter has been challenging with some of the curricular changes made to reflect new requirements and an updated curriculum. So Edgenuity did an update this past summer on high school curriculum. It's gotten kind of mixed reviews, but we have struggled with some of the changes. When curriculum, we've had a curriculum change. Wow, Jamie, how many years ago was that before you? When Edgenuity did a curriculum change, and I remember because we lost a bunch of students. And I called the CEO of Edgenuity, and I said, if I lose one more student, you're paying for each of the students.
10 years ago.
When was that?
About 10 or 11 years ago.
That sounds about right. She sent somebody down immediately to help us out. It's like, no, we're not doing this. Curricular changes when you use a digital curriculum can be a thing, and we definitely have struggled with that, but we're coming out of the weeds. Students are beginning to adjust, and the staff is working hard to support student success and get everybody back on track. So we're getting there. That's all. Any questions? Okay. We'll continue if you want me to, Sam.
Yes, please.
Great. So, executive director's report. So 40th day was last week, and we're in data review period now for our 40th day. Presently, we have a student count of 190 students. Let's see, and I don't have really any other information on that yet. I will next meeting if I will say that our new data company that we're using, they're amazing, and they said our data looks really good, and we're finally getting through NOVA. That is the state's reporting, data reporting system. It's called NOVA, N-O-V-A. And we've struggled with it for the entire implementation, which has been all of last year. I think it actually started the year before that, but we struggled, they struggled statewide. So, but hopefully this year we're on a good track.
Is it better than STARS?
Well, it depends on who you talk to. STARS did not, so STARS was done on 4, right? You didn't enter data, but this one is entered every day. It automatically goes from our SIS into NOVA. Yeah.
Like for attendance and all that?
Anything you can think of that has data behind it. Yeah. The problem is schools, don't run. There are things that happen day in, day out. So they've struggled with getting it to work, not just here, but across the state. Everybody's hoping that this year is better. For us, it definitely is better. Our data is now actually maybe, but we'll see. I'm not going to jinx it yet. So hopefully it all works. And this is in line with moving to Synergy. Could you give me a charger? Please?
Yeah. Is it a USB-C?
Yeah, there's one in my office under the table. Okay, I don't mind.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
I didn't bring it. We are moving to a new SIS, student information system, from Power School to what's called Synergy. Synergy is going to be the statewide SIS. The whole state is going that direction over the next few years.
So you don't have a choice?
That's what they're saying right now. We jumped in the first cohort, which means we will start using it next year, side by side with Power School. And then other schools have chosen not to be jump in. Power School's been a struggle for us for many years, and so it just was easier to go, okay, fine, we'll jump in. But yes, legislation was passed to have all schools use Synergy at some point. Yeah, wow, it's big, huge. But we'll see what the 40th day brings us. Right now, it's looking good. So right. I can push forward. The next thing I wanted to talk about a little bit is the GEO bond proposal from Taos Municipal Schools. They're asking for a list of projects to consider. Let's see if I can get this to work. Well, hang on, I might need to.
Okay.
I just want to cast this up there. Oops, wrong one, right? Here, cast.
You can share. I think you need to do it from within
That's right. Oh, and I'm not in there.
Oh, you're not in there separate.
No.
Okay, let's
This is in, can you share it from the GC?
sure.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It's in the GC drive. All right, while she's pulling that up, I will talk to you about something else, something different. Facility, we are still awaiting the state fire marshal to clear us for our CO. Hopefully this week. Every week he says next week.
He's doing fire department inspections now. He was just in Cuesta last week.
Oh, okay.
So
What's this called, Tracy? Sorry.
So untitled presentation.
instant search version.
Well, there you go.
So maybe that's part of his deal.
Or let me change that there. It's called Project Proposal Presentation. I just changed the name. Oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
So he's doing fire department inspections?
Right, in Cuesta. I
And
heard he was in Cuesta.
He was in Cuesta last week, so I don't know if he's doing it everywhere, but that might be why he's not
Behind. Okay. Well, we've been waiting, but hopefully he says he's coming this week, so Hopefully that's the case. All right. While Mary is looking for that, Martin had asked for a recap for the wellness building and what we have spent on that. So here it is. The building itself was $226,523.89. The engineering plans were $19,323.98. The town of Taos permitting and water was $2,500. Electrical and plumbing costs were $54,178.59. Construction costs are kind of pushed together to $102,795.31. The concrete was $15,810.55. And infrastructure was one of those catch-all, $32,750.22. And then the town's SUP was $1,268.75. The total was $455,237.29. So almost $500,000, which was the projected cost. We're actually under the projected cost. However, we still have a porch to build. So we'll be right at $500,000, 500,000 probably in the end.
Does that porch still need plan and design, or is that already included?
It's already
It just
done.
has to be constructed.
It just has to be constructed. They were just waiting for the fire marshal to finish.
Right.
So
And then is there a pour for the flooring for the porch, or is
it's already done.
It's already done.
Yeah,
So
it literally just needs the posts and then the roof. Mm-hmm. We are almost there.
Almost there.
Yeah. So it'll be right around $500,000. Yeah. Any other questions on our wellness building?
No, thanks for that, though. I didn't realize that he had asked, but that was interesting to see.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's go to the first slide.
Sure, thank you. Okay, so I came up with some slides so you could kind of see what I'm talking about, and then if you have any questions or if you have any other ideas, I'm happy to put it in here. I do not know how much money, that's still a place of contentiousness of what they're going to offer us. But I'll know on Thursday. So I present this on Thursday to Taos Municipal School Board. So here we go. You can move to the next slide. All right, so this is just Taos Municipal School Board has requested a list of projects to be included in the GO bond, which is up for vote November the 4th. Okay, so this has kind of been on the back burner for us for a while, but that front entrance portal, this would be for security and safety. So the idea here is to construct a walkway and awning to cover the front entrance and handicapped walkway. So in other words, to come out from the front, you see where the Taos Academy sign is there, it would come out and then down the walkway and cover the steps as well. So students will be covered while waiting for pickup, stairs and ramps covered to eliminate ice and snow buildup, safer for students while they wait outside. And then of course our ADA compliance there. This bid was, we got this bid, I think it was last year. So, who knows, but somewhere around $250,000 for that. And then there's also in our wellness parking lot and our student parking lot, there's not a whole lot of lighting. This would go under security. So would cost approximately 100,000. The lighting on the other side of the building was similar to that. That's that one. The next one is a CTE additions. This would be our commercial kitchen and our technology room. And so we would love to have a commercial kitchen because we don't have one now. And this would support our hospitality pathway with culinary arts and life skills, allow Taos Academy to serve fresh lunches, which I would love to get. Barbara, I'd love for you, once you're off whatever committee you're on right now, if you'd like to venture into the food services at Taos Academy, I would love to talk to you more, and maybe even just starting at the middle school level and doing something simple. But I know you have ideas, and it's something that we've always kind of dabbled with, but not had the capacity to move it forward. That's something you're interested in. I'd love to talk to you more about that.
Definitely.
And then, of course, that would support better nutrition and wellness, right? To have a commercial kitchen. And yeah, we've had all kind of bids for this, but somewhere between 250 and if we built a whole kitchen, it would be close to $500,000 again. Yeah. The technology classroom, again, it's a CTE pathway. So support the informational technology pathway that we actually already have, but it's just doesn't have a whole lot of, it doesn't have enough equipment or enough resources behind it. This would provide hands-on apprenticeships and develop work-based skills in technology. And again, you know, that's about $500,000 price tag, just depending on what we decide goes in there, at least.
Very easy to spend $500,000 on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go back for just a minute. Sorry. Just to tell you what the picture, the present lab, a technology lab right there. It's called our Smart Lab. And I think it has 5 stations, I believe, or 6, something like that.
It's 5 with 3 computers or 2 computers at each.
At each one, yeah. And then our present kitchen, Barbara, don't be horrified. We did the best we could. But that's the hood for the stoves, or for the above the cooking area, of course. We have the sinks over there next to the washer and dryer. And then if you can't see this, but the stove that's right there has no top oven door. It broke. So
you need a new stove?
we need a new stove for sure. Yeah.
So can I ask?
Sure.
Have you sought funds from the Lore Foundation?
So yes, not for this.
Because you can reapply and
Yes.
turn this into a project and have them fund that stove.
Well, the stove is kind of minor. That's a Jamie thing. I think Jamie has actually maybe found a new stove.
Okay.
But when this whole thing for this would be a full-on commercial kitchen, which would mean a lot of things that I'm not real, I don't know all the details, but you can see this is minimal and this is just past for us to be able to have a culinary arts program here. But it would need, of course, a lot more. So those are the pictures. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Science room additions. So we have, this is our science room. And for a couple of years now, the teacher in there has asked us for a fume hood and some more safety equipment. That's what we have right now. So we have the eye washer and body washer in case of chemicals. But we would ask to expand and modernize the science room and to include a fume, that's hard to say, include fume hood with ventilation support, safety appliances, and other science equipment needed. Supports better safety protocols for science experimentation And by the way, TA has an award-winning science program and has for many years now. Guesstimate 75 to 100,000. Okay, playgrounds. Excuse me. So we've had, with all the construction, we've had damage to our playgrounds, and just wear and tear for 16 years. They've lasted a long time, but we need new ones. They were bought on a shoestring, and it's time to get new playground equipment, both for the middle school and for the high school. The high school actually did last year. We had a senior that did his capstone project on a fitness training course for high school. So because that's what they have on the right hand side, you see those little bars right there. That's our high school playground. That's not, they have a nice swing set, unlike the middle school playground, which has a swing set that is starting to bow because it's not built for high school students. So we're looking for both of them. We're looking somewhere between 50 and 75,000. This is an handicap access and parking to the amphitheater. We don't right now. It's not ADA compliant. You can get a wheelchair down there. You have to drive down there, but there's no. It's all gravel parking lot right now. There's no concrete. So we are asking for 150,000 there to be able to put in a handicap parking down there, and then access from, you can see the stairs coming down there. Well, we need some work right there to figure out how to make that more accessible from the campus down to the amphitheater. Instead of having, right now they'd have to go all the way around the wellness and down the fire lane, and it's too much. So so total is $1,500,000. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that's how much we're going to get. Maybe they'll double that. I don't know, but I'm going to ask. That's the list I'm going to put in on Thursday.
What time is the meeting on Thursday?
I don't know yet. They haven't. Yeah.
They have to post it. It's a board meeting.
Not mine. Not my board meeting.
So it's this Thursday?
Well, they said well, here's what they said. They said it'll either be scheduled Thursday or it'll be scheduled on Friday. And then they said, well, there may only be 2 board members there, so they may not have a quorum.
So they can't have a meeting.
Oh, they can have a facilities meeting. Mm-hmm. We'll see. I don't know. We were given that information last Wednesday in a board meeting. And we got an email, all of us got an email from the superintendent of schools saying to please give him the list and he will reach back out to us.
So did you already send this to him?
No. I wanted to present it tonight first and let you know kind of what was going on.
But you're going to actually be there to present it.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
week.
Oh yeah. Whenever they decide to let me know when to be there.
Is it something they're going to approve, like right then and there, or are you just presenting?
I'm just presenting.
I think this is part of the Go Bond thing that's going to the people to vote on November 4th.
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting thing. The vice president of the school board is the one kind of in the background pushing the board to include. Yeah.
Do you know if candidates that are running?
It's all the same people.
Oh, there's no new people running?
No.
That's like how it is in Cuesta. There's one new person running.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. It's been very contentious, and a lot of real politics have arisen because of this bond. But right now, that's what what all 6 of us have been asked to do. So
I was just
all-
gonna ask if they had asked this of all the charters so all the charters are gonna be presenting at this meeting,
all the Taos charters, yeah.
all the Taos charters.
Yep. So anyway, any questions on or anything else that we don't have any more space for any more buildings, just stuff. I could put another $1 million building in, but I don't know where it would go.
But this
Yeah.
is good to do some upgrades like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're needed.
They're needed. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, we're not.
Do you need anything from us, Tracy?
those kind of
We
things.
did a lot of roof work during COVID
Right, COVID.
and HVAC. See so the proposal right now, so what the charter schools wrote that we presented last Thursday to the Taos Municipal School Board, that we were asking for the state match money. We were asking for it to be included on all the funds past building a brand new middle school. So for example, it's a $79 million bond. And so 50 million from taxpayers and the rest from the state match. And so they said it would cost $50 or $60 million to build a new middle school. So what we're asking is that we're not included in that, but we are included in the rest of the funds equally by student count. So each charter school, each school across the district would get per mem allocation. They have not agreed to that. So we'll see. There's a lot of the state House representative has spoken very loudly about her opinions to include charter schools. The Dan Baroni, our proposed new mayor, he also spoke very sternly about community is community and to include all kids, not just some kids. It got interesting for sure. Well, you guys are dealing with it in Cuesta as
Yeah,
well.
we're
Yeah,
dealing with it.
Yeah.
It's just not a mayoral election this year for us.
Yeah, it is. It is for us. He was. Yeah.
Will we end the slideshow or do you want to?
Oh, any other questions or anything else you wanted to see?
Just,
or-
I think I glitched out, Tracy, in the middle of asking, but do you need anything from us?
Not at this point, no. I just wanted to be sure that I had let you know what I was thinking about. The truth is, they asked me last Thursday to come up with a list by this Thursday. So that's what I came up with, and we'll see how it all unfolds. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff around this.
I think, when you know the time, I don't know that I can go, but maybe I can go and as a board member and support that.
Okay.
Let's see.
See.
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
and the time.
Thank you. I'll let you know. Yeah, it hasn't at all. It's been really bad, actually.
Yeah.
The political part of this has
Oh,
gotten
it's
very,
terrible.
very personal, and it's not okay. But whatever.
Do they webcast their meetings? I mean, I know they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
If they do post that agenda, would you mind just shooting an email? I'd like to go. I'd like to at least be there virtually.
Sam,
Yes, Barb.
Whitney Golaire attended the webcast, and she said you couldn't hear it. It was horrible.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was not clear. She was really disappointed. She's a past school board member supporting the charter schools, and she said she could barely tell what was going on.
That's too
Oh, that's
bad.
very disappointing.
I attended virtually as well. You could hear some of it, but it was very difficult and they don't have closed captioning set up.
Mm.
So much for an open meeting, huh?
You know, one thing, you guys, I don't know how many of you guys read the Taos News, but in the last 2 weeks, maybe three, it started 3 weeks ago, I
3 weeks
believe.
ago.
3 weeks ago. You might want to read that. I mean, I was attacked personally. Taos Academy was named and attacked personally through me. It's and lots of lies. The superintendent said that he Taos Schools provides his lunch and bus to the charter. Lots of lies.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so I wrote a response to that to clarify his mistakes.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go find that. That's in the Taos News.
Yeah, and it's in the last 3 weeks. It's been kind of an ongoing thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And Rich Graywolf is involved also he attacked Rich and myself.
So sad.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for this, Tracy. And if there's anything that we can do, please let us know.
I'll
In the
send,
meantime, if there's anything that does come up in terms of that meeting and attendance, I'd like to go even if I can't hear it, just to be there.
sure, yeah, you bet. We'll see what comes forward. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah. All right.
Okay. So I think next we have our monthly GC calendar discussion.
Well, I thought the open house on Thursday was at 3:30, so I put it in our calendar at 3:30, but now it's 4:30 to change the calendar. And then I will move the retreat from November to the spring. I'll just put it at the beginning, talk about when we're gonna have our retreat. So those are the only two changes. I'll put them in the calendar on the line, on the Google map.
And then just to put a pin in, because I do think like the sooner we get the retreat on the calendar, the less time I will have to forget that we're having a retreat. Or, so on and so forth. We'll all just be able to circle the day and permanent marker on our calendars. So maybe if we can just put a pin to discuss it in our next meeting and maybe just drill down when that's going to be.
And I will go back to the minutes of the other meetings for the last 2 or 3 years and find out when we had them, so we have an idea of when
Yeah,
they were.
I know last year was like the end of March, but I don't know historically if that's usually when it is.
I'll get the dates.
Thank you. Anything else for the calendar or any other events that are coming up? Alrighty then. Our next item is policy changes. Do we have any policy changes tonight?
Nope. We can table that for tonight.
There is one, I just want to make sure that we don't forget that's a silly one. Well, I shouldn't say it's silly. It's an important one. Is the water safety policy that came out of the legislature this past year, or in 2025. And I have a template for it that I'd be happy to send over, Tracy. It's just one of those ones where you have to like say don't go into acequias when it's raining and whatever, here's water stuff in Taos, and I can send you a template for it. Unless Kelly, unless you have one, but I have one. Okay.
No, I think there's a couple floating around, but
I think there's like a few
one
floating
one
around.
Dan did
Who likes
was
the
the most-
collaborative calls.
yeah,
Totally.
it was the one that was the most succinct.
Yes, like the most, the one I think like Dan helped with and like kind of sent it. Yeah. So, yeah, I can send that.
Sam, does it have philosophy, purpose, guidelines and suggestions, and essential water tips? Is it like a local swimming lessons?
That's exactly right. That one.
Have that from PCS&M, so I can put that on our agenda.
Perfect. That's probably the exact one I have. So perfect.
It was Dan Hill actually who.
Yeah, it was
presented-
Dan. So it's the one I have.
Yeah, I can
That's
put that on.
exactly right.
Yeah.
Where it was like ditches are deadly or something like that. Yep. Don't go in them. Yep. That
I'll
one.
put it on board agenda, water safety policy. Okay, got it.
Perfect. Thank you. And I think that's.
I
will
could
stop
just-
talking.
That, Kelly, we probably need to revisit the whole policy thing. You know, I kind of have stopped because I don't.
I wrote a note to Tracy to reach out to set up a time that we can just you and I can just kind of go through that report and think about how you want to attack it.
Because some of the ones you said we don't have, we actually do. They're
Right.
So I got really lost in it in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So
We can synthesize and get it to a place where you can then do, what is it that needs to happen? Do we need to purge? Do we need to add? Do we need to just kind of rejigger, the table contents, however you want to do it.
Okay,
So I have a note to myself to reach out to you.
great.
Tracy,
Hmm?
can I borrow your charger? Do you have enough to keep going for a
Oh.
few minutes? Because this one dies.
Yes.
We lose our stream. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Anything else on policy?
Nope, we're good.
All right, so I think the next is there's executive session pursuant to 10-15-1 H2, limited matters. And I would like to make a motion to enter executive session.
Second.
We'll need to stop the recording. But we need to get the motion in the second and all that, like, we need to get that, but after, we'll need to stop the recording.
Oops, hang on just a second here. 7 p.m. Is Sam and then who's second?
We don't have a second yet.
Oh,
Second.
We have
Barb
Laura
got there
seconding.
too. Whatever.
who is that?
Looks like Laura verbalized a second.
Laura. Okay, perfect. Okay. Who do we want to invite to stay?
I think we would like all board members, Tracy and Kelly. And I do think we need a roll call.
Let me just type this in here. Kelly, we're invited to stay. Okay, roll call. Sam,
Yes.
Barbara,
Yes.
Karen, and Laura.
Yep.
Motion carries. Let me just fix this. Okay. You guys are good to go.
We're recording.
Okay.
And so have we done, are all the things on?
I think so.
All right, well, I will say that we are re-entering an open session, open meeting at 7:19 p.m. I'd like to make a statement of closure and say that all matters discussed were pursuant to the statute identified 10-15-1H2. There was no action taken during our closed session and no other matters discussed. And can we please have a roll call to affirm that statement?
Okay, hang on a second. Sam,
Yes.
Sharon,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
I think she said Barbara, but it was glitchy.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Yes.
Yeah. And we have no action to take, so I think we're good.
okay.
And so our next board meeting agenda, we have talked about approval of a tool. We've talked about approving the water safety policy. I don't know if there's anything else.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Okay. Well, then if anything else comes up.
Treat.
The date for the retreat.
Oh, yes, thank you. Date for the retreat.
Mhm.
And so I think if that's it, I will call this meeting adjourned at 7:21 p.m. Thank you all very much.
Thanks all.
Have a
Thank you.
lovely evening. And Barb, I hope you feel better.
Thanks, Sam.
And we'll see you all soon.
Thanks
Cheers,
all.
y'all.
Thank you.
Good evening. See y'all.
Bye.